I love taking walks through the forest. When I was younger, I'd always take a peaceful walk through the forest and observe the beautiful foliage around me. The trees and the plants always seemed to be living together in harmony. What I didn't know, however, was that I was really in a war zone. Underneath me was a minefield of bacteria and fungi competing for space, and above, a fleet of insects and birds all looking for their next meal. Forests have a number of problems that they must endure, namely disease, pollution, and the need for food. They overcome many of these problems with the help of fungi. Disease can kill or weaken a tree. Seedlings or baby trees are especially susceptible to diseases. Pollution, such as heavy metals like lead, which are poisonous to humans, can also kill trees the same way they can kill us. Insect attacks can rid a tree of all of its leaves. One insect attack could cut off a tree completely from its food supply and kill it in a matter of days. You may wonder, with all of these difficulties, how could a forest possibly survive? With all these things trying to get at it, how could thousands and millions of trees live together in one small area? This is partly due to what we call ectomycorrhizal fungi. Here we have a cross-section of a root as if it were cut in half and you're looking on from the front. And as you can see surrounding it is this fungus which lives on the root. For the remainder of the presentation, I'll refer to them simply as ECM fungi. ECM fungi act as an extension of a tree's roots. They allow the trees to capture more water and nutrients from the soil and allow trees to communicate with one another. Up to 40% of the biomass in any forest is composed of ECM fungi, according to Zaki Siddiqui in his book Mycorrhizae, Sustainable Agriculture and Forestry. Biomass is defined as the total mass in any ecosystem. So for 40% of the biomass in a forest to come from one source alone is truly incredible. That includes the weight of the trees and all the other plants, and still 40% of it comes from these tiny little fungi under the soil that you've probably never seen. ECM fungi help solve many of the forest's problems, namely disease prevention. ECM fungi produce antibiotics, according to Rafal Wazni. Just like the antibiotics you may take when you're sick, ECM fungi help produce antibiotics for trees when they fall sick. Additionally, they help filter heavy metals from the soil. ECM fungi are very resistant to heavy metals, so they can suck them all up from the soil and store them in their own cells, preventing the heavy metals from entering the tree and killing it. Additionally, ECM fungi increase the volume of soil that the tree can access. Normally, its roots form a mesh that can encapsulate a large volume of soil, but with the help of the ECM fungi, they can create an even finer mesh that allows them to capture more of the nutrients and water that flow into the soil. One of the most incredible things forests do is they communicate. According to Peter Wohlleben and his book Hidden Life of Trees, trees must communicate in each other to ensure the survival of a forest. ECM fungi are critical to this communication. These fungi allow the trees to provide each other with water, nutrients, and other necessities, so that in case one tree is dying during a drought or a plague, the other trees can pitch in and ship it some water or other nutrients that it might need to survive. This helps the entire forest remain strong and prevents any weaklings from destroying the entire ecosystem. Forests are constantly under attack, but with the help of ECM fungi, they can overcome the threats that face them every day. According to Paul Stamets, we humans can harness this power and use ECM fungi to power our agricultural system by creating more sustainable pesticides and fertilizers to help propel us into a safer, better tomorrow. Thank you.